In this video, I'll show you how to find the center of mass of a model in Fusion. As a reminder, one of the requirements for your delivery rocket project is that when you turn in the screenshot of the delivery rocket, it should be showing the center of mass. The center of mass, as the name suggests, is the geometric center of a body of mass, or a distribution of mass, you might say. And it's related to another concept, the center of gravity, which, when in a constant gravitational field, such as here on Earth, the center of mass and the center of gravity are at the same spot. This is a concept that will be important if you go into the rockets program, and you'll study at length there, and so we are introducing it here at this point. The reason it is important to rockets is because an object tends to rotate around its center of mass, and so that if the center of mass isn't placed properly on an object, or a rocket is not designed with the center of mass in a good location, it can cause it to more easily turn off course and not steer as well. And so we can see here in this drawing that the center of gravity, or center of mass, right, is just above the center of pressure by a little bit, and we get, pressure as part of what's causing that lift, as well as some bit of opposing pressure, but it's mostly from the bottom, and generally speaking, the center of gravity should be slightly above that source of that pressure, in other words, your engine. And so to find the center of mass of your model, you need to go to the Inspect menu here, and it's there. That's where you find it. You'll be asked to choose a body to find the center of mass of, and so you can just select everything at once and press OK. It'll show us that the center of mass is right here, indicated by that icon, that little dot. And if we turn off the visibility of the body by clicking on the eyeball, you can see that the center of mass is just above the engine, which looks pretty good, except for the problem is that this rocket is still currently made out of steel, which is the default material of Fusion. But these are model rockets intended to be possibly 3D printed, and so they should be at least made out of some kind of plastic, if not the actual filament itself. So in order to change that, I'll go to the Modify menu, and I'll click on Physical Material, and then choose one of the plastics from the list. I like to use just a generic plastic. You could pick one, and I'll drag it from the menu onto the rocket, and you'll see that the center of mass has gone up quite a bit. That's because the nose cone is still steel, and that's a much more massive, more dense material, and so than plastic. That causes that center of mass to go higher. And if I turn off the body again, you can see it looks like it is too high at this point. And so then I'll drag plastic on to the next part of it, the nose cone. And you'll see that center of mass drop back down. If I turn off the body now, you can see that it's actually too low. And it looks like I might have inadvertently gotten gotten the motor mount at the same time, and so I probably should turn off that visibility here before doing that in order to be sure not to accidentally get that as well. Let's see if that works successfully now. And so I'll get plastic, I'll put that on there, and let's switch that visibility back around. Still seem to be getting it. Nope. Alright, and then you can see now It does seem that it has worked. Everything should be good, and the center of mass has gone up quite a bit, because now this is plastic, and the nose cone is still steel, which is a much more massive substance, said before. And so if I were to then change that as well, let's take it from my favorites this time. You can see that drops back down, and taking off the body, you can see it is now probably a little bit too low, which leads to the question of what to do about that. And I think that probably the answer would be to add a little bit more mass to this nose cone. And so the way I would do that would be to then go back into my timeline where I did the shell for the rocket right here. And I can just go right click and choose to edit the feature and add a little mass to that. And so let's see where 0.5 brings it.